Pennsylvania says, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Apparently my father-in-law has some special spray that gets rid of, oh my, what the heck? See, I've done it with the alcohol. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, I guess he's giving us one. Is it? I've never seen that before, ever. It looks like it has a scraper on it too. It's like 18 degrees out, and they're gonna stand there and talk about it. I know it. Of course, his dad likes to talk forever. Oh my God, that's so funny. So we're on our way to see my grandmother. The kids were gonna come along, but then they decided they didn't want to, which is, I think that's probably a good idea. So I'm probably not going to vlog that. I feel like visiting her is a little bit more important. So, but when we get back out to the car, I'll let you know what's going on and how it went and all that. I feel like I want to puke. We're not there yet. Excuse me. But I'm just like really nervous. Like really, really nervous. Like this isn't butterflies in your stomach nervous. This is I'm gonna throw up nervous.
Okay. Just make sure you put the window down.
Did I ever tell you one time when we were on the highway? I was like Logan's age. We were driving somewhere. It was pouring down rain. And all of a sudden, you drive by this car and the kid's head's out the window and he's throwing up.
No.
It was nasty. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay. Thought I would update you guys. It's like the end of the night. I fell today and hurt my back even more. It's not, I wouldn't say even more, but it's definitely sorer than it usually is. But I wasn't the only one that fell and tripped over the gutters. Chris did it too, so I don't feel stupid. Anyway. Went to see my grandmother. We were there probably 2 hours. I really could have just stayed all day. I don't even know what to say. She loved her blanket that I made her. Apparently she told my cousins about it because my cousin told me that she had mentioned it. My one cousin who lives in North Carolina, like 30 minutes from us, apparently is up here too, which I didn't know. Nobody tells me anything. And I think that's what makes me mad about this whole thing is that my dad, and not that he's my dad. It could have been anybody that knew my grandmother, like my cousin. But I'm just saying, like, any normal, rational person who knew that my grandmother was really sick could have told me. But the fact that my own father didn't really just shows you, like, how messed up things are. And it's been literally 10 years since I've seen my grandmother. Now, it's not that we haven't kept in touch. We've talked on the phone. We've sent cards back and forth, and I send them pictures of the kids. But this is the first time in 10 years that I have actually seen her. So it was pretty emotional. And the thing that gets me is she kept saying, I don't know how to die. Or the other thing was, she said, I don't know how to die because I've never done it. But just hearing her say that, like, every time she said it, like, I just started crying all over again because I've never heard her say something like that. And when we left, I texted my cousin, because my cousin's mom is my grandmother's daughter, so my aunt. And then my dad's the oldest, and then my uncle is the middle child. So they have 3 children. I think my dad and my aunt are kind of like in charge of, I don't think they're power of attorney, but like they're kind of like trying to figure out like what to do next. And so I kind of feel like my cousin is kind of, I'm doing a vlog.
Oh no.
I kind of feel like my cousin, because it's her mom and I get it, she's like kind of quote unquote on her side, where they kind of want to try more options to get her better, when I feel like my dad kind of wants to just do what my grandmother says, like whatever.
Honor her wishes.
Honor her wishes. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. And my grandmother wishes to let nature take its course, pretty much. And tomorrow they are having hospice come and talk about what they want to do next. So when I left, I said, you know, I'll find out from Caitlin, who's my cousin. I was like, I'll find out what's going on, and maybe we can come see you on Tuesday. So, but even when I was leaving, she's like, I'm going to be okay. It's okay. And I was like, I know. But every time she kept talking about dying, I'm like, just go to sleep. Just rest. Just go to sleep. And she would do that. And I was just holding her hand and just watching her. I was just watching her breathing, and I was looking at all the little veins in her hand, and like the way her hands are, I don't want to say formed, but it brought back a memory of my great-grandmother, my grandmother's mom.
Did you see her left hand?
No.
The whole back of it was bruised.
Was it?
Probably from when I had an IV in her or something. It was really purple.
Or maybe taking her vitals, because that thing squeezes.
No, that would be up here. Not on
Oh,
her
where
hand.
was it?
On her hand.
Oh, on her hand. No, I didn't see that because I was holding her right hand.
Yeah.
But what was I saying about?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were looking at the veins in her hands.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, so my great-grandmother, when I first moved here to Pennsylvania when I was 5, my great-grandmother lived with my grandparents, and they took care of her, and I would always like give her drinks of water and like comb her hair and stuff, but she had really bad arthritis in her hands. So her hand was kind of like, it's funny because I can do it with my hand, how her hand looked, and it always reminds me of her. So her hand was kind of like permanently like stuck like this in a way. But today I noticed my grandmother's knuckles were kind of like, I don't know, they just seemed pretty large to me. And I'm just sitting there looking at like her knuckles and just looking at her hands, and I'm like, God, her hands look so pretty. And she had her nails done. I guess I get it from her because she's always had like nice nails. Her nails have always grown pretty, and like she's always had polish on them and stuff. And I have that too. My aunt is the same way. And I was just looking at her hand and just thinking how pretty it is. Like, if I don't get to see her again until like a funeral, if there is one, while we're here, I am okay with how things were today and how I left them, because I know that she's ready and she's okay. And I don't know, I kind of feel like it makes it easier. Whereas with my grandfather, we were living in Arizona and I wasn't able to come back, so I didn't have that like closure with him.
You came back for the funeral?
No, we didn't come back for the funeral.
Which funeral did you come for?
Grandma Ketterman.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like different. No, I didn't know she was getting sick until I feel like the last minute, but I feel like just having her say that, and her being okay with it and just like ready. Like I feel like I'm okay. Like I'm okay if I can't go back and visit her. So, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it, but like that. I just. So, anyway, I texted my cousin as we were leaving, and I was like, you know, she was mentioning this a lot today, saying about dying and not knowing how to die, and like, I said to my cousin, I'm like, has she been doing that a lot? Because I don't know, like it was just really shocking. And she just texted me. Well, no, she texted me and said, well, I'm gonna be stopping in later, and I guess she was gonna kind of like see if anything happened too. And she said when her and my other cousin were there, she did mention things, but they still thought that she was better than when she was yesterday. And I'm like, well, okay, but I haven't seen her in 10 years, and I've never heard her talk like that. And to me, that's not getting better. So, I don't know. Hopefully she'll let me know what's going to be going on tomorrow. So, what are your thoughts, Christopher?
About which part?
About the visit and everything.
I think they should definitely honor her wishes. I don't think they should try to push her to get better. I mean, I know they want her to stay around as long as possible, but if it's going to make her uncomfortable,
Yeah, why be in more pain than you have to be? Like, if she just doesn't want to be here, let her go. She's obviously ready.
And how old is she?
She's 89. She'll be 90 in April.
Yeah, that's...
But like Aunt Faye, I think she's going to be 91 next year. So, anyway, that's what happened today. Tomorrow, I think we're just going to hang out. I don't think we're... Right? I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I don't know. My back hurts. So...
We're going to take some pain medicine and maybe go to the dump around places. We don't necessarily have to go into many places. I just want to go drive around and look at things. Like the West Manchester Mall, drive around through there, go out to the Galleria Mall, maybe have lunch at Isaac's.
Yes, I will have to show you guys Isaac's. That is my favorite restaurant. Where Chris's mom works, they have an Isaac right across from it, and I think it's just local to this area. But yeah, that'll be nice. And look who I have up here. Shh, don't say anything. Molly.
She's tired.
Oh, she is so worn out. Can you say bye-bye? Chris is over there sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
No, but he's going to be sleeping over there. So Carissa was laying there. Chris was laying in bed with me, and apparently this bed is like way too soft for him. It's like a hug.
Really uncomfortable.
It is. It's hard to adjust to it.
As soon as I came over here, I fell asleep.
Really?
It was nice.
So now I have the whole bed to myself, which is crazy. He's sleeping over there, and Carissa's sleeping on the floor at the foot of the bed. I was like, Carissa, why don't you just sleep with me? She doesn't want to. Apparently it's fun to sleep on the floor when you're at grandma's house. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to go. I feel like I've talked, look at that, 15 minutes already. I think I can't see 12 minutes. I couldn't see. It's 12 minutes. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.